So hi guys and welcome back to the fourth race of season 3, and here we are straight up in the driver standings, because guys, if you haven't watched last video in the Saudi Arabian GP, you should go and check it out, because it was a difficult race for us. Obviously at the start we got a big dive bomb, and because of that at the end we were able to score some points, but Oscar Piastri looked unbeatable there. He was really amazing, kept it through, was able to get some good result there, and obviously we are right now P5 in the constructor championship, and we now have Scuderia Ferrari to target. Obviously again we are P5 trying to get up ourselves into P4, but this time it might be a little difficult because we have way too many upgrades still lying there. We need to do it, and obviously the last race we also did an ultimate upgrade which we are going to buy one of, because we do not have the money to buy the second one. So we have bought that, and there are some more upgrades that has come in. That is big. Let's just see how many have come in. All the aerodynamics upgrades are in this time, so thankfully that is going to help us a lot. So let's see any more upgrades. We have lot more, so let's just upgrades, use them. And right now obviously I haven't done all the upgrades right now guys, because I have the money saved up to get the ultimate ERS upgrade for our team. That is the only reason I have saved enough money, but still we are going to buy all the upgrades right now, because obviously guys we also have to worry about the aerodynamics upgrade. So rotors, one of the upgrade has come in, the another one has failed. That is big for us. Obviously we did wait for a little bit, got the upgrade done, second rotor also done, but obviously that has now failed. I also have to do that. So we have minor brakes upgrade finally, so we have already bought that. Let's just skip past the time, and one of the development has failed again.
Don't forget to develop them.
Annoying. Still we are experiencing so many failed upgrades. I just do not understand. And all the upgrades, all the aerodynamics upgrade actually failed. So I am annoyed a little bit at that, but I thought, you know what, I just don't want to do it right now because there is no reason for it to do it. So I just bought a research expansion in the chassis department. We do not have any money now, so all the money I have left, I am going to adapt all the parts. 3 out of the 4 upgrades failed for us, so that is going to be a big knockout for us, because that is going to put our car again on the back foot going into the Imola GP, a race in which I go really good at. But with the car I have, which is the 8th best car now, it's going to be very difficult. And Aston Martin, the fastest car on the grid, that is amazing. With Mercedes, Red Bull, McLaren, Williams, they are pretty close too. So let's just see what we can do in the race. We will be driving as Yuki Tsunoda.
Welcome along everybody to Imola, just down the road from Ferrari HQ, and they know a thing or two about pace, and pace today is king. It's qualifying day, and it's great to have you with us.
So here we are in the qualifying for the Imola Grand Prix. Let's just see what we can do. Obviously guys, we are the 8th best car on the grid, and it is very annoying to say that, but honestly we can't do anything. So here we are doing our first lap, a very scruffy first 4 corners, but let's see if we can get ourselves into Q3 on this one lap. And that was a big mistake for us. Obviously at least we did not invalidate the lap there out of very anti-alta, but that doesn't matter. Let's go through the Ravazza and let's see what time we can do. Still a little bit scuffier on the lap, but obviously let's not worry about that right now. Race to the line, and we go P7 with a 1:15.2. So that is good, guys. Only 7 tenths behind the top guys, and Jack Doohan is out of Q1. That is honestly is expected, guys, because we are only 8th best car. So we need to improve in our racing index. Right now we need to improve our qualifying time. Let's see what we can do on our first lap in Q2, trying to get a good lap, and this time much more better, much more planted the car was in the first 4 corners, and that is going to help us out of Eco Minerale. We are looking much better. Let's see what we can do. We have a car behind us, and that is a McLaren, but that doesn't matter to us through Variante Alta, and that was big. So a 114.2 has been done by Oscar Piastri. So we need to get ourselves into the 114s, otherwise we might be knocked out of Q2. So let's just see through the final corner, through the Rivatsa 2, race to the line using all the battery, and DRS now open. We go a 115.0, and I think that should be good enough. That was good enough for us, and the McLaren's Lando Norris is out, and Williams Carlos Sainz is out. But the problem is, guys, the team behind us in the constructors is Aston Martin, who are right now the best car on the grid. So it will be very difficult to keep these guys behind us, and I think my P5 in the constructor is going to slip away. Not on this race, but I don't know if it will last a race or two. So it will be very difficult for us to keep ourselves in the fighting for the top 5. But right now, let's see what we can do in the first lap in Q3. Obviously taking it easy, green first sector. Let's see what we can do. A little bit too much bumpy track there for us. Obviously, guys, I think this is some kind of a bug in the game, because some corners or some laps I do not experience this bump, and sometime I do. So it doesn't make sense for us, but that doesn't matter on this lap. So with a 115.0, we are 1.2 seconds behind Max Verstappen, who has a 113.8. That is crazy lap, guys. These guys are already in 113s. That will be very difficult to not even match, to get ourselves at least 6 tenths behind this time will be a really big chore for us. So let's see what we can do on the final lap through the really important section, through the chicane. Let's see what we can do through Tosa, and we are at the exit, and we have gained 2 tenths, but here at the end we are 5 tenths up, but we have way too many cars in front who are coming in the pits, but we have still gained 5 tenths. Race to the line with DRS open. Let's see where we end up, and it's P5. Let's go, guys. That is big. That is honestly big. That means we can do something, obviously, with an ultimate upgrade to Yuki Tsunoda's car. We might be able to get ourselves an easier time defending against these cars. So let's see. Max Verstappen with a 113.8 did not do another lap, and we obviously at the last lap we went, I think that was almost the best lap I could do in these circumstances, and we were a 114.5. So Max Verstappen leads with Charles Leclerc and Ayrton Senna and Kellyman in the second row. So guys, let's just get ourselves in the race, and let's see what happens in that.
This race has gone by several former names: the Italian Grand Prix, the San Marino Grand Prix, and now the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. It's race day. We're at Imola. Welcome. One lap of Imola, anti-clockwise of course, unlike most Formula One circuits, will take our drivers round 3.1 miles of track, 19 turns, 9 right-handers and 10 to the left. Drivers will need to be precise at the hairpin at turn 7, given the subsequent uphill section. Without a good exit from that corner, they'll lose a lot of time on that stretch. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Meyer, Tsunoda, Mark Webber and Piastri, Russell, Ocon, Gasly and Isaac Hadjar, Norris, Senna, Lance Stroll and Sainz, Aaron, Lawson, Andrea Kimi Antonelli and Gabriel Bortoletto, Doohan, Hulkenberg, Pepe Marti and Ollie Behrman rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. And alongside me today, a man small in stature but big on comment, Anthony Davidson. Hello. Look, we know it's not where you start, it's where you finish. But let's talk about the start now. What's there to help the drivers get away well?
Big pressure at the start of the race, Crofty, for all of them up and down the grid, no matter where you are. But the drivers these days, they practice, practice and practice. They have rigs with them at the circuit where they can sit down with the actual steering wheel from the real car, and they've got lights that they react to. The clutch paddle is tailored around the driver's hands, around their fingers, so they can have optimum position before they start. So there's so much thought and effort that goes into getting these cars off the line.
Okay, let's have a comms check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
So here we are in the race, and let's just see what we can do. So we have a medium to hard strategy, a simple one, and obviously our tires might not agree with that, because obviously our personalized strategy is a two-stop, but obviously we can't do that because we will be out of points if we did that. So 4-5 lights. And we are going for the Imola GP. Max Verstappen getting an amazing start with Charles Leclerc overtaking him already, and there is Calimera attacking by Sonoda, still going side by side with him, and there is too wide between, and we go through the inside. We are now trying to go side by side with the McLaren of Max Verstappen, but Max Verstappen has taken it and he has stayed in front. Let's see our start, and we were P4. Obviously someone got a penalty there, but that doesn't matter to us. So Calimera, good start for him. And we obviously trying to get a slipstream through the inside, overtake Calimera, trying to barge Max Verstappen out of the way to get ourselves in that position of P2, but it doesn't matter, guys. We are still P3. That is big, because from now on it will be easier to defend against these cars with all the battery we will have with the ultimate ERS upgrade for this car. Let's see what we can do there. But right now our goal is to keep ourselves in front of the people behind and get ourselves catch up to the top two, but obviously we can't do that because we do not have the car to do so. Here lap 3 starting, these guys are now start to attack us because Calimera, she gets the DRS trying to attack us on the outside into turn 2, but we have the tires, we have the braking, and we have overtaken her, but still going side by side. 3, 2, 4. Well, sorry, 2, 3, 4. Still going side by side with Calimera, and finally Calimera had to give that position to us, and now both the Mercedes are fighting with each other. That is also really good for us because we need to let these guys fight each other, otherwise it will be a little difficult for us to keep ourselves in front. So lap 3, look at that, guys. These guys are again trying to attack us, but obviously we have the tires, we have the battery, we can stay in front, because honestly guys, in Imola the only overtaking zone you have is on the DRS straight, and other than that you have to be very slow to get any car who can attack us. So here at the end of lap 3, lap 4 starting, these guys have the tires and battery, and these guys also have the DRS this time, and this time it's Piastri, he tries it, we defend, and look at that, guys, trying to give a little bit more space out of the exit to Piastri, but on the exit of turn 4 we decided not to give him space, otherwise we would have lost that position very quickly. I do not want to do that. So here we are back into P3. So here we are, lap 5 at the end, and Max Verstappen is now leading the race from Charles Leclerc. Obviously it doesn't really matter to us because we are getting attacked by both the Mercedes, and this time it's Weber. He gets a DRS, and this time he is very close to us. Let's see what he can do. Already in front into the braking, we go for it, but we have to brake a little bit early and try to give space to Mark Webber, not making any contact, and this time Mark Webber will get, look at that, guys, Mark Webber has taken out our front wing. Obviously not really his fault, but we will have a little bit of a fight, a drag race to the chicane, and here we make a beautiful switcheroo there on Mark Webber. That was amazing, and look at that from our perspective, it looks really amazing. And obviously Mark Webber tried to do something, but obviously guys, we have the pace, we won't be getting any kind of problem here. Let's see what we can do here. Lap 7, these guys are still on our tail and they are hot on our tail, and obviously we have lost way too much time to the top two, which honestly makes sense because not only we are fighting very hard, and this time Mark Webber goes around the outside, which will become the inside for turn 2, but we changes the position into the braking, and we are now fighting with Mark Webber trying to give him space, and that means Mark Webber get an amazing run out of turn 4. That means guys, this position will be a little difficult to get ourselves. So here we are into turn 5. Let's see, can we do anything? Obviously Mark Webber has already overtaken us, but into Tosa, can we make any kind of dive bomb? Obviously there I did a little bit look around, but obviously guys, it did not work for us. So lap 13 is the lap we will be pitting. Obviously that is not really a problem for us, we can do that. So lap 8, we have 5 laps to defend against these guys. Before that we can pit. Obviously it's not really difficult to defend against the Mercedes, it's just that the Aston Martin had way too much pace. So here we are into turn 13. Look at that guys, out of variant Yalda. I already had a really big slide. It's because obviously the tires are more or less done, because look at that bottom in the right hand side, bottom right hand side, you can see our rear right is already 71% more. So we are going to go into the pits, change their hard tires, get a little bit of an undercut on these guys. Let's see if that will help us. Obviously we have a very minor front wing damage that honestly isn't really going to hurt us that much, which hasn't really hurt us that much. So let's see what we can do here with 2.5 pit stop. That is good. That was something we really needed, and we got it. So here let's see, can we stay in front of FMRT? We can't. Can we get ourselves in front of Lawson? And I think we have done that. That is good, but Lawson has already overtaken us. Honestly it doesn't matter because he hasn't paid, and that's a big problem for us. Safety car turned to red flag, and honestly guys, I really want to know what the hell happened there. So was it Landon or I think it was Edinson, I don't know. Let's see what happened. This is the vicinity that something happened, and it's George Russell. No, it is Landon Norris. He's spun out of Tosa, and that is annoying. That is honestly such an annoying thing guys, because he just spun there.
Okay, we've done all right.
We
so
did
far,
not need a red flag for that, and that has cost us. We are going to be starting I think P19 or P20 on the restart on the red flag, and all our position, all our defending has now been ruined. But honestly guys, I can't do anything, so we have to do 15 laps on the hard tires, and here we are for the restart already. Charles Leclerc getting an amazing exit again. Max Verstappen can't do anything, and there is Mark Webber and Piastri fighting with each other in the background, and Charles Leclerc again has overtaken Max Verstappen and Mark Webber. Piastri, Calimere, Gasly, Landon Norris, George Russell still fighting with each other. George Russell did good, but Landon Norris was the big winner there because he did not lose any position. Hell, he actually gained one position because of his spin, but that doesn't matter. We on the restart make a big dive bomb into turn 2. I had to wait a little bit, let these two guys pass because we might have had some kind of illegal overtake. I did not want that, but still getting ourselves P15 is good. So here we are, lap 16. Let's see what we can do into the inside. 3 cars abreast, and we have done that. Let's see what these guys can do. Obviously an amazing overtake for us, and it looked amazing, it felt amazing, and obviously we can't really do much. Let's just keep on going. Let's see what more we can get ourselves here, and it will get very difficult from here. Obviously we need to do something. So here we are behind Ocon. Let's see what we can do, and Ocon going on to the exit curve of Variant Delta. Well, sorry, Minerale, that is going to cost him the position, and here we go through Variant Delta, and we have dive bombed Lance Stroll there. Now we are on the back of the Red Bull of Ayrton Senna. We are going for a dive bomb on both the Red Bulls there, but we get a legal overtake on George Russell, which honestly makes sense because we were in front of Ayrton Senna, and that is going to cost us the place. We give George Russell the position. That means Ayrton Senna gets a really amazing exit, and Lance Stroll is also there. So through the inside and the outside, we are in the middle and trying to keep ourselves. We are sliding all over, but we have at least kept ourselves. Look at that again, and we were barging George Russell out of the way, and we were tire wall to tire wall. So many attempts trying to stay in front. Obviously, because of that, we have lost a little bit time. And guys, honestly, I was really driving in anger right now. The red mist, as they say, came out in front of my eyes. I was so pissed at this point because of the red flag. I just did not care about anything. That's why there was so much reckless driving, and the problem was, because of this reckless driving, I was also hurting my tires because I was pushing flat out. I was taking the curbs which were to be taken, and I was taking the curbs which weren't have to be taken, and that was ruining our lap. So at lap 21 I decided to calm myself. So on lap 22, though we have lost the DRS to the top 8 or top 9 guys, even Gasly is there, who will get himself in the DRS of Lance Stroll, who, if you know, is in the fastest car on the grid right now. But I am not really worried about him, because the thing I am most worried about is the people behind us, because we are right now in P9. Let's try to get ourselves some position. And there was Ayrton Senna. Obviously there was a little bit of a look, but now I am doing a little bit more calmer, though it's not really helping us, because on lap 26 this is the state of us, because we are right now a little bit too much behind the top guys. But it doesn't matter guys, because we can get P10. Even 1 point salvaging out of this situation after such a bad race is a big result. But Carlos Sainz does not want us to have that point, but we are determined to not let anyone attack us or overtake us, and because of that we are defending it like our life depends on this point. And obviously, after such a bad race we had, I am really depending on this point. So here we are. Piastri leads from Max Verstappen. Charles Leclerc on to P3, and what is happening to Piastri? Piastri made a mistake. He is in the grass, and well, in the gravel, and obviously Max Verstappen has through, and Charles Leclerc is coming, and he's also through. What the hell is happening to Piastri? Okay, that makes much more sense guys. Piastri actually retires out of the race, and honestly guys, I thought he made a mistake, but it looks like it was just Piastri's AI not properly retiring out of the race. But that doesn't matter to us, because we now are P9, but the situation has not changed for us. We are still defending. Let's see how long we can defend against the guys. We have a big, and that's a smoke. That is smoke coming out of Antonelli's Williams Jaguar. That is another retiree, and that is honestly such a big problem for these guys. Obviously they weren't really scoring any points, but obviously guys, losing an engine component means they will have to take some penalty at the later part of the season. But right now, lap 28, we are keeping ourselves in front. 5 laps to go from here on out, and obviously guys, the ultimate ERS upgrade, I am not even joking, it's helping us really well. And here Carlos Sainz tried to attack us even with the DRS, but because our battery I had so much saved, we were able to get ourselves again back into P9. But now the tires are asking some questions which we can't really answer, because these tires are crying. Look at that, through the chicane, and that was very lazy driving, and the car is not listening to us. Obviously guys, look at that, lap 31. I just wanted to show you that through just before the Rivazza we did not have any kind of bumps. So I think this is some kind of a bug in the game, but that doesn't matter to us, because right now on the last lap Carlos Sainz is really close to us, but we have the final bit of battery left for us, and into turn 2, into the braking, we have overtaken or defended again Carlos Sainz. And what the hell happened to Carlos Sainz? I don't know. I do not really know. Did we make some kind of contact to him? it doesn't really look like that. And I think Carlos Sainz spun out of turn 2, and it does not look like we caused any kind of problem there for him. But here, Max Verstappen started the race, got himself P1, then in the restart lost it, but he again at the end wins the Imola GP with Max Verstappen P1, Charles Leclerc P2 and Lando Norris P3 and Webber P4 and Lance Stroll. What an amazing comeback recovery from him, gets himself P5. Obviously guys, his main thing was that he got past us at the restart, and because of that he was able to pick all the other guys very easily. But obviously guys, even I did not have much faith in keeping the Aston Martin behind, but here we have kept a Ferrari, a Red Bull behind, and we at least salvaged some position here with P8, well P9 with 2 points. It's really nothing from the points or from the position we had before guys, but starting at the back, this was the most we could have done.
And in the end, there was no Verstappen. Max Verstappen, he takes victory.
I mean, it looked like they were in a different category at points during the race, led every lap. I mean, what more can we say?
It's what they've all been racing towards. Waiting for them, high above the pit lane, is our podium. And for the lucky three, it's time to stand on it. And for those that have missed the Dutch national anthem, fear not. It's back again, because Max Verstappen is back on the top step.
And honestly, a very eventful race for us, though I am honestly really pissed about it. But at the end we were able to get at least 2 points, but this won't be enough to stay in front of the Aston Martin, because they have scored a P4 and a P5 and Jack Doohan is plumb last. Obviously he is front of the two cars that DNF'd, but that doesn't really count. And obviously guys, I know we have already lost the championship to Aston Martin because they are the fastest car right now on the grid, but obviously as soon as all our upgrades are developed, we are going to make a big comeback. But here we have to just bide our time here, wait for that upgrades to all of them upgrades to come in, and then we will fight. So guys, if you are enjoying these videos, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys for the next one.